FM, on today's update, I will share where I believe we are going next. So remember, early this week, we saw 2 billion being wiped out in the crypto market. And now people are like, what's happening? Obviously, so many traders did not expect the current move in the market. So are traders still losing their cryptocurrency or not? So if we check on CoinGlass, then we can see that the 24-hour liquidation amount is at 180 million US dollars, almost 200 million US dollars. That is 10% of what we've seen a couple of days ago. So yes, traders are basically still taking too much risk, but what the big guy is doing. If we look at what Present Times other project is doing, is we can see that they bought $10 million worth of Ethereum. So some are trading and taking too much risk, and then others are obviously investing. As we have seen, when it comes to trading, one obviously need to be just as patient as the investors. However, for those who obviously wanted to get results quickly, they obviously are form part of the big meltdown that we have seen over the last couple of days. However, what is the market doing overall? As we can see on crypto bubbles, that many of the layer ones are already seeing a correction, so they are coming back up. But the low caps, what am I expecting for them? So obviously not all the low caps will actually make it back to where they used to be. Why do I say this? Because oftentimes when we see big projects, when we have a market meltdown, then chances are that the big ones will come back because they've gone through this many a times. But for the low caps, that is why we have a specific way on how we actually choose these ones, because the low caps, think of them like small companies. So if the meltdown is too big, or if the losses are too big and the company can't absorb it, then oftentimes they actually die out. And how does one actually choose between 12,000 or 15,000 different cryptocurrencies? And that is why we use the TRD strategy, which I will link in the comments. So that is basically my expectations. So we can already see the layer ones, the big altcoins, actually coming back to their all-time highs. However, many of the low caps will not see it fit. But like I said, once again, that we have been set back like 6 months because the market is currently where it was 6 months ago. So it's a good thing for a person that is obviously just looking at cryptos now, because chances are that you will be able to pick them up at price that those of us picked it up on last year already. So you haven't lost out on time. So guys, that is my update for the day. That is my expectation. So on a daily basis, I'm looking at the market and looking at what teams are doing, because it is those teams that are working at these levels that will obviously make it in the next leg up. But I believe that the next leg up will be the biggest that we have seen. So thank you so much for tuning in, and see you on my next video.